Can private companies give us an accurate sense of how the economy will do going forward? A new report says so. I'm joined by PwC partner Ken Esch, who authored the report. And hi, Ken, it's good to have you here.
Thanks, Scott, for having me.
So the bottom line here is that people should be paying attention to private companies.
Absolutely. Private companies make up a very large segment of the economy within the U.S., and they're recognized as leaders within the economy, and they are ahead of the game with respect to hiring.
And in terms of the importance of private companies, you say 50% of GDP and 65% of new job creation is driven by private companies, so nothing to sneeze over. It's not simply just the Apples, the Facebooks, and the Googles of the world.
That's true, and private companies are underreported in the economy, recognized as job creators out there, responsible for a large share of the economy, making significant investments to grow their businesses.
And what kind of insights can private companies give us?
Well, we run a Trendsetter Barometer report that asks about optimism levels and expectations of business leaders as to growth within their company and the types of things that they might do with respect to hiring and wage growth. All of those are important indicators, with respect to what's going to happen in the economy. One that we watch very closely is optimism levels, because we have found through research performed by Oxford Economics that those results are a leading indicator as to what's going to actually happen in the economy.
All right, now PwC has been doing this survey for 20 years now, and it actually helped predict the Great Recession. Tell us how.
It did. We have been running it for 20 years now, and we did go back with Oxford Economics to determine whether the questions that we asked and the answers that we received were predictive of what actually happened in the economy. We found that the business leaders who told us that they were pessimistic about the economy, when those numbers went up, it preceded what was going to happen in the recession of the early 2000s as well as in 2008. And they also rebounded with respect to optimism levels, and it preceded what actually happened in the economy.
All right, and right now there's a lot of worry about the economy. We have the Federal Reserve considering a rate hike this week. We have, a lot of volatility across the markets. So where do private companies think the economy is headed?
Private companies believe that the economy will continue to grow, albeit at a moderate pace. They also expect that they will continue to hire, not in great numbers. Headcount may only increase by about 2%. At the same time, we don't expect to see wage inflation. Wages are only expected to grow less than 3% next year.
All right, Ken, we'll leave it there. Ken Esch from PwC, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Scott.
I'm Scott Gam, and you're watching The Street.